Hey, what's up, guys? So I wanted to talk in general about fighting games in 2019, um, where they are, where I think they are going, and how they are different. So if you've been playing fighting games for a long time, or you've played Smash Brothers Melee, or Brawl, or Guilty Gear, Melty Blood, Blaze Blue, Tekken, whatever you play, you could probably relate to this. So if you look at my Discord here, the left-hand side, these are generally the games that I play or that I'm generally interested in playing. So Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Um, if you can't notice, I like team-based games, and also there's Third Strike and also Street Fighter 4. I've tried to play Melty Blood a little bit, learn Melty Blood, and I put a little time in. Blaze Blue, I played that for a little bit. I played Ragna, Smash Melee. I played Marth back in the day. I played Brawl. I played Marth. Street Fighter, not Street Fighter 4, Smash 4, Little Mac. I generally just enjoy fighting games in general. And Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Street Fighter 4 were probably my main games. But what I'm going to talk about in this video is going to cater to everything. So over the past few months, I would say I've been trying to find a game that I really enjoy. That's not Street Fighter 5. That's not Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Even though I kind of like it. I was curious about season 2 with that game. I wanted to find a fighter that really cures my itch for that competitive game. Um, and so like a little bit, I've been playing Ultimate Marvel. I went back to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I'm looking forward to the Power Rangers game. I hope it's really good. But I've been listened to the other day the podcast from Velociraptor, and Catalyst, and them talking about just in general where the state of Street Fighter 5 is after that Kage or whatever. And one thing that I've noticed back from what they were saying is they were just saying that they're dissatisfied with Capcom's direction with Street Fighter 5, and that's a whole argument people can get into in 2019 about how crappy Street Fighter 5 is or what have you. But one thing that caught my attention is he said that he wants to play Street Fighter 5. He wishes the content was great, and he wishes that Capcom was kind of on top of it, and that got me thinking about other fighting games. And most of these fighting games, whether it's Mortal Kombat 11, Tekken 7, Ultimate Marvel, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, they're in general not giving us what we expect and what we want from fighting games. So, for example, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, a lot of people have the gripe with it that it needs to have push block. It's a very common thing that people want. And they patched this season 2 and they changed the game, but they didn't change it for what people wanted. It wasn't what people wanted. It was just something better. It was good, so be it. But it wasn't what people wanted. And the same thing for Street Fighter 5 is one of the biggest gripes that people have with that game is another instance is you're not giving people what they want. They want better footsies. They want Ryu to be good. They want to see Cammy get nerfed, but Alex get buffed. They want to see Juri be a good character. Listen to us. We want Juri to be better. Like why did you take away Shoryukens? Whatever it is, the the developers aren't listening anymore. They're not listening to what we want. So it's like, you know, people wanted Rolento in Street Fighter 4. People wanted Hugo or more Third Strike characters, Yoon, Yang, whoever, because Third Strike players didn't enjoy it. So what did they do? They gave us those characters. It wasn't when we wanted it, but it came. We got what we wanted. People have been barking and talking about Street Fighter 5. I want Rose. I want this character. I want Balrog. I want E Honda. And we aren't getting that content. They're just like, we're going to give you Abigail, Colleen, and Manat, which like no one wanted any of that content. And the same thing with Dragon Ball Fighter Z. People wanted characters other than 7 Gohans or Vegetas. People wanted different characters. And now in season 2 they're doing that, so that's great. But in the beginning we were like, this isn't what we want. We want push block, we want all this. But take that back to when like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out. People wanted Magneto, people wanted Storm, people wanted Sentinel. Guess what? We got them. And then Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite comes out, and we get like all these characters that no one really cares for, that no one really wanted to come back, and they came back. It's like, what happened to Gambit? What happened to Venom? What happened to the things that we want? That people want. Not, oh, I got a couple things. No, give us what we want. And I went back tonight. I was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I realized, I'm like, this game is so cool because it has everything that I want in that game. It has all these cool characters. It has the crazy combos. It has the funness of the game. It feels fun to play that. Whereas if I go play a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ, I'm not really like truly loving it. Like, I enjoy it. I'm not hating it. But I'm not like, yeah, this is what I want to play. And I'm not getting that feeling. And when I used to play this game, Ultimate Marvel, I wanted to play this game. I was like, I can't wait till I get out of class in college because I want to play this game. I want to practice that combo I'm thinking of. I want to do it. And I want to go on ranked because I enjoy ranked. I want to get better. It was no like, I think it'll be all right. It was, no, I want to play this game. I enjoy this game. Whereas Street Fighter 5, rarely do you hear someone say like, dude, I want to play Street Fighter 5. I'm dying for some games. It's been a long time. That generally has not been the message for Street Fighter 5 for about 80% of the player base that plays it. But yeah, everyone plays it. And it's because of this that the fighting game community is kind of going downhill, because people are playing games that they don't want to play. They're playing games that like everyone else is playing, so they're forced to play it. It's not, this is the game we've been wanting. This is the game that we hope for. It's the game that everyone else is just playing. And it's when you compare this to Third Strike, Street Fighter 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, people love to play those games. They enjoy those games because they're good games. They don't just enjoy them because, oh, it's the next big thing. And that's the problem with the fighting game community in 2019, is people are playing games just because other people are playing those games. That's it. Like, that's the whole problem. People aren't taking their time to learn old games or to learn a game. That's going to take time because they just want to get good and they don't want to put effort in. They just want to instantly be good. Would be like, okay, I don't want to do any effort. All I want to do is just do my combo and get great damage. And I don't want to learn inputs. I don't want to learn anything. I don't want to learn timing. I don't want to learn how to punish moves. I don't want to learn how to defend and stop hitting buttons. That's the problem with fighting games. So that's why Dragon Ball Z, Street Fighter 5, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and all these new games lack defense, because people don't want to learn when something gets in their way. And when you're playing offensively, both players offensively, it's just, I messed up my offense, so, oh, that's my fault. As opposed to, oh, shoot, I got hit by something. Oh, wow, I can't do that. I have to learn. You're just learning set play. You're not learning how to stop the other opponent if they stop your stuff. The only time you really lose is if you give up on that offensive pressure, or you make a mistake, or you didn't land something. So I think that's generally my take on the FGC, is that it's kind of going downhill because people aren't growing their games. People are letting them, or they do die because people aren't playing them anymore, even though they're fantastic. People play Marvel 2, people play these games, but you can't like hop on a Discord or whenever you want play a game. It's only when people are available to play that game are you going to be able to play that game. So unless there's a somewhat decent scene, you're screwed. So the FGC problem further comes to, you're stuck, because you can either play games that no one really plays, and you have to, it's a whenever you can thing, and you hope you get lucky and play, or it's you have to play the games that aren't as good that everyone else is just kind of playing, like Street Fighter 5, and then you can play. But that's kind of the ultimate problem is everyone knows these games suck, but we're not doing anything about it. We're not telling creators with our money that this game sucks, make it better. We're just buying it and we're just letting them ruin it for us. So, we're letting Capcom give us the runaround. We're letting that happen. And this is why I get frustrated when people say, well, everyone needs to be quiet about Street Fighter 5 or Marvel. The games are fine. They're not fine. And people are making this excuse for these things. And I want to like fighting games. I'm not saying I dislike them. I want to love them again. But because they're not good anymore, the new fighting games suck. Like, in general, they suck. So that's my bit. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Take it easy.